What is up, my Shadowverse soldiers, and welcome back to another Shadowverse Evolved video. So I am so sorry, guys, I did not record like the rest of the video on Friday. I had some stuff that came up, and you know how it goes. But today we're going to be talking about the UK regional that happened in the LCQ and whatnot. And I'm seeing so far that Havencraft actually took it. Shout out to Orby. I know I play a couple games with him, and he's pretty proficient with Haven every time I play with him. So shout out to him for getting first place. So let's go ahead and figure out what is inside this first place Havencraft list. So I'm already enjoying the fact that, you know, I'm seeing Havencraft in first place, because usually I've just seen Forestcraft, either Swordcraft, or, you know, sometimes like it's slim chance, but it's even Dragoncraft. But, you know, finally seeing Havencraft take the win, and seeing that Orby actually, you know, he plays this deck very proficiently, so I can understand why he got first place, because every time I've played against him, he's always taken the W from me. So just a quick little run through of the deck. Havencraft is just one of those decks that's just, it stabilizes and it keeps removing your followers. It has every ounce of defense, the way Orby built it, and when he was just conversing with me. Hopefully we can get him on the channel to do a little deck review. But seeing as it is right now, I can see that there's lots and lots of utilities and tools that Havencraft has. I can see the late game cards, and also, you know, the board wipes. And I think Havencraft just having that built-in board wipe that gets over aura makes it a fair chance against, you know, what, the Forte and like anything. It really makes it a fair against anything, because you have the Hair of Illusions for the mirror match, so you can get rid of a Heavenly Aegis, and then you have the Themesis Decree to just wipe the board. It just has lots of tools. So seeing, as we were talking about Hair of Illusions, yes, this is a card that can get rid of virtually anything just because of the, you know, the engage and then the tap 10 ability, and you banish each follower. And it doesn't choose, because it just says banish each follower. So you don't really have to select, so it gets past that choosing effect. But onwards, it looks like it's really defensive, going for the Radiance Angel build with the heal and the Evo, you know, draw a card. It seems like it's still establishing value, like, hey, you know, this one is going to remove one, or I'm gonna have one and then I'm gonna draw a card. Stuff like that. And then, you know, the basic John d'Arcs with the Echoid's Light, and then, you know, Sacred Plea. It doesn't look like Uma took over too much in this deck. This deck is just still fairly strong. It looks like set 2 build is the strongest as it seems, because this is the only Havencraft deck that's just even stood a chance so far. So shout out to Orby for getting first place, and congratulations in getting into World, and I hope you do very well there. Alright, and we have second place Gabriel Fisher's Uma deck. So I'm probably going to run through this deck a little bit, because there's not really too much to talk about Uma. We're like in our last couple weeks of Uma, so this deck doesn't really surprise me if it tops. You know, this hopefully in the next set, maybe Uma will probably go down in like the tier list a little bit, because the other decks will be a little stronger, or, you know, Uma will definitely have a counter with all the new decks coming out. I'm not sure what's coming out. I know there's like a little timeline, and I can dig up for that. So if you guys want to know more about that, let me know in the comment section below. And, you know, congratulations to Gabriel for getting second place with Uma. This deck is still strong, still solid. Every build I've seen so far that's topped, it seems pretty consistent, you know, with the end game cards and the mid game cards and early game cards. And the only early game cards I'm really talking about is like Special Week, Trial Initiation, and Econo Dictus. Those first 3 turns, and then, you know, later on you have a mixture of what cards are right. But shout out to Gabriel for that. The only different card that I probably see is the, you know, the execution for Uma, and that's the My Solo Draw on the Raindrops. So this is a quick spell that if you have 10 cards, Uma that is, in your cemetery, and this card costs 2 less to play, so it's a 2-drop quick that selects an enemy follower on the field and destroys it. So I like it. I would run it in my build personally, because it's a 2-drop quick Fiery Embrace, but it just doesn't do the burn, and that's what I've always said. So shout out to Gabriel for getting second place, and I hope you do well at Worlds. Alright, moving forward, we have third place going to Black Ace's Uma deck. And one thing I always say is that Uma really did come out swinging. I said it in the video before, and this deck is very strong. Hopefully in set 3 there'll be decks that'll probably overshadow it, because, you know, I will still give Uma the love and credit that it deserves. You know, it's getting the spotlight. It's been in every single top 4 since, you know, it's released, and LCQs, it's just been Uma. So shout out to this deck. I know it's performed. It's definitely at its time. I think we're definitely ready for set 3. I'm ready to see if Flame Leviathan shakes things up. I love Uma, and I love all my horse girls that are in this set, but I am tired of looking at them. So shout out to Black Ace for getting 3rd place, and I hope you do well at Worlds. Alright, and we have 4th place going to Kriko's Dragoncraft deck. So Kriko topped in the last event that was in Germany. Congratulations to Kriko. I see that there is a difference in this deck and the last one. I think the last one didn't have Super Creep. So this one's definitely the Shenlong replacement. If anyone knows, this was the reason why Shenlong got limited, just for Dragoncraft's power scaling. This is definitely just a basic discard dragon list, but the Super Creep does give it that little defense that it needs against, you know, those other decks that can probably put on the pressure high. And if you don't run into Shenlong and, you know, you're on high play points and you don't have an Olivia or something, Super Creep is still definitely the moves on play, so you can, you know, heal that 5 and have that ward. So I'd say that's a pretty good improvement for the deck. That's probably one of the cards that Dragoncraft lacked in the last list that you had. So shout out to Kriko for getting 4th place. This deck is still strong. I feel like this card is still absolutely busted. I could go on a little tangent on this card because it's absolutely broken. I mean, the first card, it's fine, yeah, but the Evo just makes this card absolutely busted. So shout out to Kriko for getting 4th place, and I hope you do well in the next LCQ. Alright guys, that is the end of the video. Thank you so much for sticking with me on these LCQ analyst decks. So in the upcoming future, we're going to be doing the Flame Leviathan reveals, so look out for that. That's what's going to be coming up for the upcoming week. It might be a little closer to the upcoming reveals, but I will have them out to you as soon as I can. Alright guys, make sure you're safe whatever you do tonight, and safe whatever you do for the rest of the year. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
I gave you all my love, baby, my heart is cold when you're around. You warm it up, liquid gold, baby, yeah, you warm it up, liquid gold, baby, and my affection, all that paper you wasted. Take my love.